the fastest ceramic coating application you'll ever see.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today we're gonna go through the complete ceramic coating application from A to Z, but just on the hood.
Truth be told, Ivan, we could just slap some ceramic coating on this paint, call it a day. That would be the fastest ceramic coating application ever. We have lots of videos of wash prep, we have lots of videos of polishing and ceramic coating. It occurred to me we don't have an all-in-one video that's snackable, that someone could watch, understand the principles, and do themselves.
Right, that's why we're doing it on this beautiful red Jeep hood. Now, we're gonna be using the 8-year DIY Detail ceramic coating, but I'll move the box out of the way because I don't wanna get it wet. First thing we need to do is wash the vehicle. We're gonna use Rinseless wash for this. You could use Incredible Suds if you wanted to. It's up to you.
There's a basic principle when you're washing, if you want to make it really safe. Foam, rinse, foam, chemical, rinse, chemical. So this is rinseless wash. Put this on the paint. Then rinse off with a pressure washer. Then put more rinseless wash on. Foam, rinse, foam, chemical, rinse, chemical, Ivan.
And you could use a garden hose as well. We've let it sit for a few seconds. We will rinse it off. And look, Jeep provided a nice hook for the pressure washer. Next, we need to apply the chemical. Once again, chemical, rinse chemical, foam, rinse foam. If we were foaming, we would re-foam at this point.
Foam is fun. So is rinseless wash. You may like one or the other, they both clean exceptionally well. So now we want to do the contact wash. In my bucket, I've got a couple of options. I have our wheel and body brush. It's actually safe on the body, but I'm gonna use the Legacy sponge, an excellent choice, Ivan.
Yep.
When we're doing rinseless wash. Why is that?
The Legacy sponge, as you can see, is actually picking up the dirt from the surface. And when we squeeze it back in our bucket, sponge is clean. The next step after the vehicle is washed is decontamination. To do so, we're going to use our quad fold perforated synthetic decontamination towel. 1 spray of iron remover on the towel, 1 on the panel, match them up, leaving the rinseless wash on the surface for added lubrication.
The chemical compatibility is designed. So we have rinseless adding lubrication, but iron remover also provides lubrication, Ivan.
Right, and removing little particles, breaking them down. Decontamination towel is picking up that dirt, that embedded contamination. And embedded contamination is just that. It's particles of dirt, of brake dust, of you name it, exhaust soot from diesels, baking themselves into the paint.
If you wanted to and you were like, hey, I just want to triple check that I've got everything, you could flip the side of your towel and do this again. It's overkill. We recommend 1 side of the towel per panel, and after you do 4 panels, you go ahead and redunk your decon towel in your wash bucket. But since all we're doing on camera today is this hood, I'm just gonna triple check. I'm double deconning, Ivan. Is that overthinking things?
A little bit.
All right, sounds about right for me.
Next, rinse off the iron remover. Once that is rinsed off, the next decontamination step is our friend water spot remover. What the water spot remover is doing is a mineral cleanse. It's getting rid of the minerals on the surface that will impede the bonding, but also make polishing more difficult.
As Ivan was spraying water spot remover, I was making sure we have a rinseless wash, dampened towel. A short nap towel is great, but you can use any towel, Ivan. All I'm doing here is agitating the water spot remover, and some will just spray that on the surface and then rinse it off. They call that a mineral cleanse. Is it a mineral cleanse?
The agitation is an important part of any cleaning process, including this one.
Especially before a ceramic coating, right?
Yeah. You want the vehicle as clean as possible at that point.
Why use water spot remover? Why not just get right to our next step?
Water spot remover, as I mentioned, helps to remove the embedded minerals in the surface and makes for a better surface to polish with as well. Time to rinse again, Nick?
Yep. It's just really easy. A lot of folks skip this step.
Yeah.
And this is a critical one.
It definitely is. And now we're done with the pressure wash. Once we've washed, time to dry.
At this stage, folks may be used to using a drying aid, but we do not want anything on this panel that could add protection, right? The whole goal here is we're trying to strip the paint of anything that could get in the way of our ceramic coating having longevity and bonding properly.
Correct.
So this is a deep cleaning process. Again, we're just doing the hood, so disregard all these other panels. We'll get to them off camera.
Yeah.
So I noticed we didn't use a leaf blower to dry our paint, Ivan. It seems like that's the trendy thing to do these days.
It's the trendy thing to do, but it's not the best thing to do. Blowing the water off means you're evaporating some of it as well, and that evaporation makes it so that you're leaving some minerals on the surface, what we just tried to remove. The next step, polishing. One spray of the gold standard polish on my pre-dampened pad. I dampened it with rinseless wash. I cleaned the pad, and now we're going to polish the surface. Polishing is first and foremost a deep cleaning step, but secondly, it's going to enhance the paint. It's going to make it look better.
So Ivan, 3 passes. Up,
Yes.
down, left, right, up, down.
Right.
Basic idea.
Exactly. Now we've definitely enhanced the gloss of the paint, deep cleaned, and made it almost ready for ceramic coating.
Gold standard polishing system, yellow waffle pad, gold standard polish, our dual action machine. Any advice for folks out there who may not know much about polishing paint?
Yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. Don't overthink it. Get a polisher, have fun.
Best beginner-friendly advice, go get a palm sander from Harbor Freight, buy our polisher. I mean, if they've never polished before, they're just gonna do their car.
Right.
What should they do?
A little palm sander is a great thing to have. Speaking of a little palm sander, the next step is panel prep. Now we have 2 ways of doing this. One is with a traditional panel prep. The other one is adhesion promoter polish.
You do a rinseless wash, damp a towel, and then a dry towel, right?
Right.
With the polish removal.
Yep.
Fans of the channel may not need this advice, but if you are a fan of the channel, you know Ivan always finishes before me. Why is that, Ivan?
I'm more methodical
Okay.
and more efficient.
So this is no surprise. Ivan's giving me the look like it's time for the panel prep, Nick. What are you doing with the towel? And you said I'm really good at wasting time or excessively making movements with the towel when I don't need to anymore. Looks very clean and dry, Ivan.
Right.
All right.
Next step, preparing the panel for the coating. That's what we've been doing all this time, but there's one last step, and that is either panel prep or adhesion promoter polish.
We talk a lot about adhesion promoter polish, but panel prep is something that a lot of folks out there are probably familiar with. This
Yep.
is DIY Detail Panel Prep. Use the panel prep from the coating manufacturer. So if you're gonna use a panel prep and our coating, use our panel prep.
Right.
I like to flood my first towel with panel prep, and we don't actually wanna just wipe this on and call it a day, do we, Ivan?
No.
So you wipe it on, and while it's still wet, you go ahead and level. Talk about that technique.
What we're doing is emulsifying any potential oils, greases, waxes on the surface, bringing them into solution and wiping the solution away. If you just wipe it around, all you're doing is moving the stuff around. This way, we're taking it off the surface with the second towel.
And it's gonna get real squeaky clean, isn't it?
Yes.
So what's the benefit of using a panel prep versus just ceramic coating after we wipe it down with our rinseless wash damp and towel, Evan?
If you want your ceramic coating to last, do a panel prep stage.
Okay. I know I've already wiped here, classic me. I'm just gonna do it one more time. Always making sure I'm erring on the side of caution. Yep. Which may sound a little excessive, but when you're about to lay down permanent protection, it's kind of my mentality. You're gonna do adhesion promoter polish. That's different than panel prep.
Right, adhesion promoter polish is, again, a deep cleaner, but it does so in a different way. And it actually swells the paint slightly. We're not gonna make it a 1/4 inch thick, no need to worry. But light swelling of the paint, that light swelling of the paint opens up the pores And when we apply the coating, we'll be applying it into instead of onto the paint. As you can see, applying the adhesion promoter polish is simple, it's quick, it's easy, it's fast. And you get to play with a power tool. Wiping it off with a dry towel. Now I'm wiping off immediately. You can wait a day if you want to. It's really not critical. And once you wiped it off, you can coat immediately, or you can wait up to a day as well.
As Ivan is doing that wipe off, I'm gonna start to get ready for my ceramic coating application. The level 1 towel is fantastic for your first wiping, leveling of the ceramic coating, and then a brand new Freebird 400, an incredibly plush towel here. That's gonna be my insurance towel. An insurance towel, you say, what's happening here? We're putting the coating on level with a short nap, insurance wipe level with our Freebird 400. Ivan has the 8-year ceramic coating box. Before we start,
yes.
Are you trembling with fear? I mean, this is a scary process, isn't it?
No, coating is super easy. If you can apply a wax, a coating is actually easier to apply than a wax. So no stress whatsoever. On my applicator, 8 to 10 drops to start, and that is to start. We're not going to be using that much over the rest of the vehicle. From there, starting in the center of the panel, I like to start on the hood. Just happens today we're only doing the hood. But I like to start here and go in a circular motion. You can see how thick the coating is. I don't want it to be thick. I want to spread it out. So I'm going to spread it out as far as I can. In a circular motion. The reason for the circular motion is you have no starting and stopping points. And whenever you have a starting and stopping point, you have a potential for what we call a high spot. And a high spot is just that. It's an excess of coating in one area.
What's your technique when you're holding that applicator pad? Folks may have never seen one of those before.
It's holding on to me. There's no technique to hold onto it, just put your fingers in it. And as you can see, the coating has what looks like an oil slick on water look. When 50% of that oil slick on water look goes back to clear, that's when Nick comes into play.
But I don't have Ivan's skill. I don't know what 50% looks like. That's what they're thinking out there, Ivan.
Well, we have what's called instant bond technology, meaning that you could literally apply and wipe right behind yourself. But there's no need to do that. Give it a try.
Just like that. The towel goes right over it. I'm always going to level outside of the lines, even though I know he didn't coat there, because high spots are something that you don't really have to worry about too much, but if you leave them, it's excess coating on the paint. It may not visually be the look you're looking for. So I'm always trying to level outside the lines. I don't want any high spots, Ivan. If I've never heard of a high spot, never seen one, it kind of looks like that oil slick on water just sort of permanently on the paint.
Right.
So we want to avoid that because we want to beautify the vehicle. We don't want little blemishes that might distract the eye.
Right. Now, for the other part of the panel, I've added 2 drops to my applicator, and going forward, if we're doing the whole Jeep, it'd be 2 to 3 drops per panel. From here, now, since my pad is primed, that's what I did on the first section, I'm going to box in the section that I'm going to be working on, meaning going around the edge. And once I've boxed it in, then I fill in with a circular motion.
I know you know these products. I know you've used them so many times. What are you feeling different on the panel prep side versus the app side?
This is a little grabbier, and you'll have a little more chance of a high spot on this side.
If I can't see the coating going on the paint, let's say it's white paint, it's really hard to see.
Yeah.
Again, you'll see what we're talking about once you try to coat a white vehicle. You can't see what you're doing. It's easy to add way too much coating on there because you can't see the residue, right? The rainbow effect. What's your advice to people who can't actually see this coating going on the paint with light vehicles?
Try it.
They've never done this before.
Try it on the window first, you'll see it going on.
And you'll know you have it on your...
And that can give you your timing to, okay, I've applied it, I've waited a minute, oh, I've waited a minute and a half, I've waited 2 minutes, oh, look, it's 50% cleared up, time for me to wipe. Overlapping a previously done section is not a problem. The coating melts back into itself, not a concern.
I like having two different colored towels because it's easy to forget which one's which. If I had two level 1 towels that were yellow, one would be in the right hand and the left hand, they'd swap. It's just, this is my first towel, boom, second towel, boom. How about plastic, Ivan? Do we coat plastic?
Yes, Nick, we coat the plastic. Now, if it's new plastic, you want to coat it. If it's previously oxidized like this, ideally you wouldn't coat it, you would use our Trim, Restore, and Protect. And now we have a super slick surface. 1 hour after this is applied, it can go out in the rain. Not a concern.
And you can see where you've coated this one and not this one, so it's just a darker plastic, so we'll get to that as well. 1 hour can go in the rain. 3 days you can wash the car. What's the timing for when I can use an excellent spray and wipe product as a drying aid on my coated vehicle like NV Ceramic Sealant?
3 days as well. After 3 days, your curing is done. When we're done the application, we're sure we have no high spots. And let me try to put a high spot here. This is what a high spot looks like. And if you catch it within an hour, you can wipe it off with your towel. Not a problem. If it's past an hour, if it's been too long, you can take your applicator, reapply coating while it's still wet, level it off. If it's the next day, you can be using gold standard polish on a microfiber towel to wipe off that high spot. And a high spot is the most stressful part about applying a coating. Many people overstress about it, they overthink it. It stops them from actually applying a coating because they're afraid of high spots. A high spot is just an excess of coating, nothing more. It comes off easily.
You can also put a dab of adhesion promoter polish on a microfiber towel.
Yeah.
If the applicator and the wiping with the towel doesn't work, when would you use app to try to maybe move that high spot around?
If you have adhesion promoter polish, use it. If not, use the gold standard polish.
Got it.
Nick, what's a video they could go to?
This video, how to wash, decontaminate, maintain your ceramic coating. We could have talked about it here, but we do have a lot of videos on how to do this stuff, and this is a great one.